Here we are in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. This is day 0 of our journey. We arrived here this morning, and today we're just enjoying all the sights and sounds of this beautiful city.
Listening to the sounds of the water and being in nature.
It's a beautiful place. We look forward to tomorrow, but we don't want to rush today.
Buen Camino.
Here we are at Gîte Zazbiak, our first hostel of the journey. Beautiful place, and even a more spectacular view.
It was a bit of a climb up. We're about half a kilometer outside of Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port.
Here we are, day 1, ready to start the Camino.
Or as ready as we'll ever be.
Buen Camino. On top of the world as we approach Oraison. We're at the end of the first day of the Camino, and what a beautiful day it has been.
We've met so many new friends already along the journey.
And we look so much forward to tomorrow.
Buen
Camino.
Here we are, ready to start day 2 from Oraison.
It's a beautiful day, a bit of a climb to go, but at the top, we're going to head into Spain. Buen Camino. Merci.
De rien. Bon Camino. Enjoy your path.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Here we are at the highest point on the Camino, 1,405 meters.
They say the first couple of days are the hardest because of the climbs involved. Look at the beauty.
Sure is. Buen Camino.
Buen Camino. Good morning. We're leaving for day 3. We're leaving Roncesvalles, this beautiful monastery, heading towards Zuberi, and you can see the sign behind us, 790 kilometers to go. Another beautiful day.
Santiago, here we come. Buen Camino.
It's day 4 and we are leaving Zuberi this morning, heading towards Pamplona. Should be a much flatter day, we're hoping.
The bridge behind us is a medieval bridge. The name Zuberi of the town that we're in means bridge. There is some historical significance to the bridge in that it was believed in medieval times that if you walked your animals across that were suffering from rabies, there was a chance for a cure. Buen Camino. Good morning, start of day 5. Here we are leaving Pamplona. Behind us is the central medieval fort of the city.
We're heading out of Pamplona today and heading off over a big hill to Altegra, I think is the name of it.
Buen Camino. It's a rainy morning in Pamplona. Glad we're under a roof here to keep us dry. We're waiting until things dry up before we head out. Tough day on the Camino today. A lot of rain, a lot of hill, a lot of mud. But when you get to the top, where the wind meets the stars, it's all worth it.
Buen Camino.
Buen Camino. Here we are starting day 6. We had a great restful night here in Altegra. Now we're off to Ponte la Reina. It's a short.
It will be an easier day than yesterday. A short one today, only about 12 kilometers.
Buen Camino. Here we are, start of day 7, leaving Ponte la Reina, the bridge in the background, as we leave this area and off to Estella.
We're out early this morning to try to get ahead of some of the heat that will be coming this afternoon.
Buen Camino.
At the start of day 8, moving from Estella to Los Arcos, we have one big climb that we know of this morning. We're at a fountain at a monastery just outside of Estella this morning, and they have two taps, one for water and one for wine. So you can see the pilgrims behind us enjoying the wine.
Buen Camino. Good morning. Started A9. We're leaving Los Arcos this morning on our way to Vienna. Short day today, only about 12, 13K according to the guidebook anyway.
Probably closer to 20.
Overcast day today, light rain. Nice for a change. We look forward to our walk today. We're in the central square here in Los Arcos. It's not very large, but there's a lot of things that can happen in this little area here. The church is behind us. You can see the steeple. And we'll be leaving the square through the archway in behind us. Buen Camino. Here we are at start of day 10. We're just leaving Vienna, a little authentic Spanish town in the hills, and we're inside of a church that was destroyed in a war in 1610. It would have been a magnificent church in its day, and it still is quite awe-inspiring, the ruins that still exist.
Today we're off for a short walk to Logroña, so hopefully only about 12K. For real. Spectacular view of the church.
Buen Camino. Good morning, start of day 11. We're just leaving Logroña on our way to Ventosa.
Buen Camino.
And beautiful morning, the sky's nice and blue. A little cooler each morning as we move our way into fall. But looking forward to our muffins that we just picked up at a bakery as we were leaving town.
You need sugar to fuel your journey.
Buen Camino.
Buen Camino. Good morning. It's the start of what we think is day 12. We're kind of losing track of our days, and we're leaving the tiny little town of Ventosa, heading off to a Froza. Should be about 18 to 20 kilometers, and hopefully it's another nice day. It's dark out still. We're hoping to get ahead of the heat. And
Hopefully it's as good a day today as it was yesterday.
Buen
Buen
Camino.
Camino. Good morning, it's day 13 from Osofro. We're on our way to Santo Domingo today. Behind us is the only restaurant in town. This is very much a pilgrim town. Camino is what supports little villages like this. We had dinner at that restaurant last night. We had our breakfast there in the cafe, and now we're ready to head out. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Today certainly looks the same. We don't need to be heading out this early. It's 7:30, but we're up and we're at 'em, and it'll give us a chance to explore Santo Domingo when we get there. Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 14. Just leaving Santo Domingo on our way to Valorado. Longer day today than what we've been up to, about 25 kilometers. But it's relatively flat and the weather looks great.
A little cooler in the mornings. I've actually dug out my down this morning because it was 10 degrees.
But it should warm up in this afternoon with the sun. Beautiful town. And behind us here is the cathedral, and we'll check in with you tomorrow.
Buen Camino.
Good morning, day 15, start of week 3. Just finishing up our stay here in Valorado, a small little sleepy town. Again, its main industry is the Camino.
Behind us is where we stayed last night, La Cula de Camino.
And if we spin a little bit here, we can see the medieval church behind us. Church spire.
The stork nests on the top.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see in the just over Lisa's head there are doorways into the side of the mountain and windows where there are some homes in there as well. So we're looking forward to a great day. Not too long of a day today, about 15 kilometers.
Beautiful weather once again.
Yeah,
so.
It'll give us a chance to explore the next village, Villafranca, that will be there around lunch today. See you tomorrow.
Buen Camino.
Buen Camino. Good morning. Day 16. We're leaving Villafranca this morning on our way to Apacura. Beautiful little sleepy town, again, still exists because of the Camino and the pilgrims that come to visit.
We've got a good climb this morning heading out of town. I think we're going to be losing these jackets very quickly this morning, and hopefully it'll be downhill the rest of the day, so the guide says. We'll see.
Buen Camino. morning, day 17 from Atapuerca. We're on our way to Burgos, another little sleepy town. However, this is a World Heritage Site, UNESCO. It contains one of the oldest digs of human remains from 800,000 years ago. A lot of the artifacts that have been recovered here are in Burgos, and we hope to be able to see those in the museum there when we arrive there later today.
Past the 300-kilometer mark yesterday, so we're over a third of the way there. Woo! Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 18 from Burgos. A little different attire this morning. We don't have our walking hats or our backpacks for that matter. It's a rest day here in Burgos. Beautiful day. Would be a great day for walking, but it's also a great day for a rest. In behind us is the cathedral.
It's an amazing piece of architecture. We'll post another little snippet of video with the pictures afterwards just of the cathedral because it's huge.
And we'll be investigating that this afternoon.
They have free tours for pilgrims after 4:30.
And then this morning, our plan is to go over to the Museum of the Evolution of Man. We mentioned yesterday that in Atapuerca they did a lot of archaeological digging there, and a lot of the artifacts are here in Burgos. So we're going to check that out.
Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 19. We're leaving Burgos on our way to Cornelius. We had a rest day here yesterday. Beautiful town to have a rest day, but now we're back at it.
Saying goodbye to this beautiful, spectacular cathedral behind us as we leave the town this morning.
And it's a little cooler. We have pants on and long sleeves this morning. Fall is here. Buen Camino. Good morning. Welcome to day 20. We're leaving the little village of Cornelius on our way to Casorjaz. We believe that's how we pronounce it. Again, another little sleepy town that only exists because of the pilgrims who are on the Camino.
We're trying to get out early this morning to try to beat the heat of the Meseta. You may be able to hear the roosters actually crowing behind us in the video, I'm not sure.
Buen Camino. Good morning, and it's day 21. We're on our way from Casorjaz to Fromista, about a 25-kilometer hike. We're out early this morning. Another beautiful day is in store, apparently, according to the weather anyway, so let's hope that rings true.
Once again, we're trying to get out early to get ahead of the heat of the Meseta, and we have a steep climb as we leave this town, so we know we've got a big, somewhat mountain to climb over this morning.
A lot of these towns along the way have been created during the Middle Ages to help support the peregrinos or pilgrims in their journey to provide that support and safety that they would need. It's great to see that the pilgrims that continue the journey along the way continue to support these towns and to see some of the restoration of some of the buildings from the Middle Ages. Unfortunately, that isn't the case with all the buildings, and some of them have fallen into ruin, and it would have been no doubt magnificent structures back in the day. Unfortunately, some of those are ruins that we've recognized as we've traveled along. Buen
Camino.
Good morning, it's day 22. We're leaving the village of Hermosa on our way to Villa Cazar. Again, another rural farm town that exists now because of the Camino. One of the things we noted yesterday is a lot of the irrigation that made this area farmable. Prior to that, it was desert and nothing really grew here.
We should have a shorter day today. We had a very long day yesterday, over 40,000 steps. Today I think we're looking at around 15 to 18 kilometers, so it should be much easier to trek for us.
Buen Camino.
It's day 23, and as you can see, we have another early start this morning. We're leaving Villa Cazar and we're on our way to Caldilla. We have a stretch today that's 17 kilometers with no water, no food, so we will be stocking up at the first town that we passed through this morning before we head out.
That'll be our second breakfast stop.
Yes.
Fortunately, we were able to have a really nice breakfast here this morning. Behind us, which you can't see because it's dark, is one of the Templar churches. The Templar Knights built it in the 11th century, and their role was to protect the pilgrims who were on the pilgrimage in the Middle Ages. That ceased in the 1300s. However, a lot of the buildings still stand, and as it turns out, there's a by donation albergue where we had breakfast this morning, and I guess they're carrying on the tradition of helping the pilgrims on their pilgrimage. So we're very grateful to them. Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 24. We're leaving Caldilla this morning on our way to Ségon.
This little town, according to the guide, has a population of 60, but at nighttime with all the pilgrims here, it grows to at least 260, if not more. So the restaurants and the hostels, the albergues, are the lifeline of this community.
When we see this morning, it is cool again, but it'll be great for us walking today. Hopefully get in before the heat. hits us today.
We're in the Meseta still, so long, dry, and flat.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 25. We're leaving the city of Sagun on our way to El Rancho.
Albergo Ranchero.
Thank you. It's about 17 kilometers, another cool morning, but looks like a beautiful day for us to get our walk in. We should be there shortly after lunch before the heat hits. This town, Sagun, once rivaled Leon and Burgos as one of the major centers within the Meseta, but over the years its prominence has decreased, and it's still a major center, but the Camino certainly is a big part of its economy.
We were actually officially past the halfway mark. This Sagun recognizes the halfway, and so yesterday afternoon we actually climbed up to the top of the hill to a cathedral up there and got our halfway certificate. So it's official. We are now halfway.
Woohoo! Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 26. We're leaving Albergo Ranchero and on our way to
Mansilla. We have about 18 kilometers today. This little town used to be known for wheat and wool, and pretty much now the only thing here is pilgrims. We did a walkabout last night and it took us all of about 5 minutes to go around the whole little town. So quaint little place. The skies are mainly clear today. It should be another hot one, and hopefully around 18K. Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 27. We're leaving Manzilla on our way to Leon today. Behind us, as we leave Manzilla, is part of the Roman wall that would have surrounded the city back in the Middle Ages. Give us some indication of the importance of the city to the Romans and the treasures that would have been held within it.
Today we're taking an alternate route that was outlined in one of the guidebooks. Manzilla is one of the sleepy bedroom communities outside of Leon, and it recommended taking the bus in because a lot of the walking would be on cement and through industrial. So we're navigating the autobus system this morning and hoping that the bus will show up as planned. Otherwise we might be walking. Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 28.
We're traveling today from Leon to Mazarif. We're currently standing in Virgin del Camino in front of a very unique, actually a modern chapel. A little bit different today. I actually took the bus out to Virgin. It's about a 10-minute bus ride, but it skipped all the industrial cement section. And Ed did the 8-kilometer walk out. So we've just reconnected at this little chapel, and we're getting ready to start our official day.
It's great to be back together again. Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 29. We're leaving the sleepy town of Mazarif on our way to Hospital de Orbigio. It's about 15 kilometers. We don't need to leave this early, but we're up and at 'em, and we'll get some time in, walking in, before it starts to warm up. We should be there by lunch.
We broke the 300 barrier yesterday, so we're down into the 200s, and we have less than 2 weeks to go to Santiago if all goes according to plan. So that's the hope. Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 30. We're leaving Hospital del Obispo on our way to Astorga.
We hear that there's a chocolate museum there, so we're trying to get there before it closes because it's only open till 2 today. We should be okay, but just in case we want to have time.
Things close early today because it's Sunday.
Yesterday was a national holiday. It was actually, they celebrate the day that Christopher Columbus discovered Americas. So ironically, we are here discovering Spain. And we stayed at a beautiful albergue last night, had a wonderful vegan supper, fresh from their garden. And this morning we actually had muesliks, fresh muesliks and soy milk for breakfast to get us charged up and ready to go.
It's quite a change
Yes.
from what we've been used to.
Yes.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 31. We're leaving Astorga on our way to Ravenel. 31 days, and this is the first day that we're leaving in rain. We had rain a couple other days, but we're all bundled up and ready to go. And we see the lights going off because it is getting a little lighter here now.
And the forecast is rain pretty much all day. So we were going to hold off and wait for a bit, but it looks like it is what it is, and we're trekking out in it. So we're going to put our ponchos on, and I actually shipped my bag ahead today, so I don't have my pack to carry, so I should have a little bit lighter load. Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 32. We're leaving Ravenel this morning on our way to Molinescu. Another sleepy Camino town exists only because of the Camino. And today we have a significant day in that we're climbing to the highest point on the journey, just over 1,500 meters. We have a 300-meter climb to get there. Take us about an hour and a half. And then from that point, we have a 900-meter drop down into Molinescu.
We got a bit of surprise this morning because according to the weather forecast last night and again this morning when we checked, it was supposed to be sunny today. As we came out of our hostel, it's raining. So we've ponchoed up. I don't think it's going to last long, we're hoping. It's only supposed to be 1 degree at the top, so we actually have all our clothes on pretty much. We've layered up, and we probably won't be spending a whole lot of time up there, but we'll get up and over.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 33. First, I'd like to apologize to all the Spanish people for the mispronunciation of all the city names. We said we were coming to Molinescu. We were politely corrected that it's Molinasica.
As they laugh at us.
Yeah. Beautiful little Camino town, great accommodations, and we certainly appreciate all the warm bed and the wonderful breakfast that we had this morning at
Casa San Nicolas.
Yes.
Somebody recommended it. I can't remember who, but I had it written in my book, and that's where we stayed last night. So
Perfect
it was
recommendation.
wonderful. We're on our way today to Cacabelas. Hopefully that's pronounced right. We're over the mountain, thank goodness, safely, and it should be relatively flat today. Rain is in the forecast. You can see a bit of the clouds behind us, but we're fingers crossed that we can get at least part of the way without our ponchos.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 34. We're leaving Cacabelas on our way to
Vega de Valence, I think it's called.
We have about 26K today. It's one of our last long days. The weather has changed for us. We had rain yesterday. The forecast was for rain for today, but it's now looking good. So we're hoping to be able to be dry today.
It's damp, but our fingers are crossed. Looking behind us, there's a beautiful mural. You never know what you're going to find when you look around street corners. Some look like they're just shacks, and then you see this beautiful artwork. Last night where we had supper, there was actually a fire. It wasn't a fireplace, there was a fire in the middle of the room with a chimney that went up. We will post pictures of that later. That was kind of cool.
Buen
Buen
Camino.
Camino.
Good morning, it's day 34. We're leaving
Vega de Valcares.
Paris this morning on our way to
Ocibrio, we think.
Yes. Again, these Spanish names are quite challenging.
Short day today. It's kind of a rest day. 11 kilometers I think we have to go, but it is straight up the hill. You can see the hills behind us. So this is our last major climb, hopefully.
For this journey. And one thing we've noted, it's almost 8:30 a.m. now, and it's still quite dark. The days are certainly getting shorter and cooler, but also the number of days we have left are dwindling. Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 36. Doing our video from the inside today, as not sure if you can hear, but it's pouring rain outside. This is our first morning of a heavy rain like this in the morning. So being day 36, and one of the things that we've noted is we've seemed to have lost a day in our day numbering. So we'll have to get that straightened out when we get home. We won't be able to update the videos with the correct number, but we will update the text. But again, that's after we return home and be able to do that on the computer.
So we have about 20K today. Most of it should be flat and then downhill. So that's partly why we wanted to wait till the sun came up. With everything being wetter, we just want to make sure we've got our footing this morning as we head downhill, and hopefully our last big climb that we're up and over today.
And not only the rain is the issue, it's darkness. Again, it's 8 a.m. and very, very dark out. We are standing in front of the window, and if you take a quick peek there, you can see it is dark out.
Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 37. We are doing our video on the trail this morning. It was quite dark when we left, and it's raining again. Fortunately, yesterday we were able to get everything dry when we arrived at our pension. There was some nice registers, hot water registers that we were able to put things on, got everything dry, but it's going to be another wet day today.
We're leaving Tri-Castle, or 3 castles, although we never did see 1 castle. And we're headed to Sarria today. There is an alternate route, but we're actually taking the shorter of the 2 because of the rain, and we just felt the extra distance we wouldn't be able to see what we wanted to see anyway. So it's a shorter, I think 1819, 1 big hill. Hopefully we are truly out of the mountains, as the book says, but we'll see.
Hopefully we're out of the mountains. We can see them behind us.
Buen Camino.
Good morning, it's day 38. We're not in a sleepy little Camino town anymore. We're in the big city of Sarria. Big city relative to the types of cities that we've been experiencing for the last little bit.
A little more modern city. A lot of pilgrims come in here to start their journey. We will pass the 100-kilometer mark today in about, I think it's about 12 kilometers. We'll hit the 100 mark, and that's what you need to get your Compostela. So that's why a lot of people start here.
So we're down to double digits from triple digits. Pretty exciting day. The weather's looking good. No rain in the forecast.
We tucked our ponchos away, so fingers crossed, it's good.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 39. We're leaving Porto Moran on our way to
Palos de Rey.
We have about 20 kilometers today.
Actually, I think it's closer to 24, but
Uh-oh.
who's counting?
2024. Another town that exists just because of the Camino. The industry that used to exist here is all gone. The people that used to live here, and now is a very large and active Camino community.
Because of the extra people that we picked up yesterday in Sarria as well, I think the population of pilgrims has probably tripled in this town last night. So quite busy with pilgrims, that's for sure.
Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 40.
40?
40.
40?
That's a big number. Just a few more days left.
68 kilometers to go.
Oh, are you counting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have a beautiful day ahead of us, weather-wise. It was...
We're hoping. There's a 20% chance of rain, but we're hoping that we can dodge it today.
And it is showing sun, so that's good too. This town, Palos de Rey, is known for its dairy and cheese production. We're off to Azura. We're not sure what they're famous for, but we'll let you know tomorrow in that video.
It's a longer day today. We have about 28 kilometers to go, but that will make it 2 shorter days into Santiago. So hopefully we can make the long day today, and all will be well.
Buen Camino.
Camino.
Good morning, it's day 41. We're on our way from Ribadozo to Pedruzo. Distance of 22 kilometers today. There's a 90% chance of rain all day, so...
I would say it's about 100% right now. It's kind of a light mist. It's not raining hard. So we're trying to get as far as we can before it does start to rain hard. And I've ponchoed up. Ed's not yet, but I think he will be soon.
The poncho is quite warm when you're walking in it, so try to keep it off as much as possible. But as Lisa mentioned, it looks like it's going to hit us shortly, and we'll have to put that on. Tomorrow's a big day. Hopefully, as long as we make it through today and tomorrow. We have 22K. Looking forward to getting in tonight and having a good sleep before tomorrow. Buen Camino. Good morning, it's day 42. We're leaving Pedruzo on our way to Santiago. We only have 19 kilometers to go. We already have 3 in.
Yeah. We started out dark and we came through the eucalyptus forest already just to try to get a jump ahead of the crowds because it will be extremely busy today, and actually there's people already coming up behind us. So
it's a bittersweet day. We've really enjoyed each of our days out on the Camino. Learning so much about others and about ourselves, and seeing and experiencing so many great things.
I think our bodies will be glad to have the end of it, but our minds and our souls will be sad to be done.
Yeah. Well, done this part of the journey. Looking forward to the next part. So the next video will be from Santiago, if all goes well. And until then, Buen Camino. Here we are, it's day 42 again. Seems like we just did a video and we completed our 20 plus kilometers. It was supposed to be less than that to get here today, but here we are.
It was a long walk in.
Yeah, here we are in Santiago de Compestela.
We are by the cathedral. You can hear the noise. You can probably see the people around us. We will do a video afterwards just to kind of get the full effect of the cathedral and everything happening. We've had friends already come up to us. It's a very emotional day.
It's a bittersweet day as well, because every day of the Camino has been a wonderful experience for us. And it's going to be difficult for us tomorrow to start a different stage of our Camino together. These 42 days have been an awesome experience. We hope that others will be able to share in a journey like this as well, whatever that may be. But we know for us, this has been an awesome experience. Amazing.
870 kilometers.
Yeah. 1.2 million steps, 42 days, 13,500 meters in climb.
And the sun is shining today.
And we really did have beautiful weather this whole stretch.
For the most part.
We feel very blessed in so many ways. We'll share some more information in the blog in text format rather than video. But for now, this is the end of this this part of the journey, and we look forward to tomorrow and what it may bring. Buen Camino.
Guarda, mi diceva, tu hai timbrato e te ne sei andato, per questo non quello... E io ho detto, ma se lo telefono, scusa, guarda perché sono entrato.
Here we are stating
Good morning.
good morning. It's day 26. We're leaving El Burro El Ranero. I told
Yeah.
Ewan and Emma.
That's what she said.
Oh, did she? Video.
Good morning.
Right? See the video?
We're good.
Running.
We're playing with cameras.
You can do-
We're on the right trail.
By doing this, it's taking stills
as well.
That's kind of looking weird.
The torrential downpours.
Day
38, and you're videoing. 17 seconds.
Good morning, it's day 42. We're leaving Perdusco on our way to...
Santiago, here we come. A
It's a-
little bit bittersweet today.